All right, and we're on. So we just Bob here with this guy. What's your name again?
The Sea Dog, Cody.
Cody, I think that's his name. We just got out of watching M. Night Shyamalan's Nights, his new movie Glass. Well, what's a little thumbs up, thumbs down before we start talking about things?
I'm gonna give it probably a. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, I am very this is my third movie of 2019 that I've seen after our escape room review together.
Yeah. You watched Replicas.
Replicas, which was god awful. But here's the thing, I kind of like Replicas more than Glass. Is a better made movie, but I am incredibly disappointed by how bad this movie came out.
Yeah, the thing for me is like there's it's supposed to be some kind of hero movie. Not that I need action all the time, but there is a fuckload of just exposition.
Yeah, I could say I coming in, I figured it was gonna be more drama than the other ones. So it's like Split's more of a drama with some bits.
Which
Unbreakable's a complete drama, of course.
Yeah, and I was totally fine with that. But that's not how they really marketed it.
No, the bad guys working together, and this is gonna happen. That's not much of the movie, and we're talking about like exposition. Of course, now we're just talking all over the place to start with, but what the hell, right? The movie was too.
Yeah, that was one of the things. It was very disjointed, and they're like, okay, we have to let them know this. Just got to do it now.
I'm gonna tell you again and again. I swear, some of the scenes repeat the same dialogue. The first 2/3 of the movie, Sarah Paulson said the same 4 phrases over and over.
They believe they have
again.
Wonderful gifts.
And I think something's wrong with you. Let's just say it again, and say it again, and say it again. And ultimately, we know why she did the things that she did. But she even vanishes from the narrative for a good chunk of the way.
Yeah, she just she makes weird, almost cameo appearances for the middle part of the movie, where she just kind of shows up for 5 minutes.
Which I'm gonna state that's an issue of a lot of the movie itself. Nearly all of them do. Bruce Willis vanished for. We're gonna go into light spoilers now to talk about some things. We're gonna go into major spoilers later on. So I'm gonna do my best to pull back from actual direct plot details. Yeah. But to note that Bruce Willis disappeared for a long time. He's there, he's physically in the same building as everyone else, and we see him, and then it's 2 days later when it's he pops up again. I'm like, that's turned to you. I'm like, hey, look, Bruce Willis is still in this movie. And the same thing happens with Anna Taylor-Joy and.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was even in it for a while.
And she doesn't really contribute anything to the plot.
No,
there's a reason, but it's for a long time. The same thing with his son, which actually I'm really cool that he's the same actor from.
I thought that was neat too.
Because in the drawn poster, he looks completely different. I'm like, oh, they get a new kid. And he's not in the trailers, I don't think.
No, he was a surprise for me.
With his devil's eyes, he has such the biggest eyes. It's like black eyes.
Oh
devil's eyes. Like a doll's eyes.
He could be a really good fucking possessed kid even now.
He doesn't even need contacts.
And the Mr. Glass's mom, she's in
just there.
one scene, and then she shows up near the fucking end, and it's just so disjointed. It's
yeah. Think about the issue. It comes to the script. Everyone tried, all the actors tried. Everyone's great.
Oh yeah. I don't have an issue with anybody's performances.
No, not at all for me.
Especially James McAvoy.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Like I said before, when we talked about Split on the podcast. Hey, listen to our podcast.
The Cogger.
He really got the. If anyone else but an actor of his caliber was performing the role in Split, it would have been really corny, really cheesy.
Oh fuck!
And he really sold it. Now on that, I think one of the issues with I had this movie is that there's so much of them that it's what worked in bits last time is just thrown directly at you. So you see it again and again and again and again when he changes characters, which is cool. But the 10th sequence of a single shot of him changing characters 12 times, yes, it's very impressive. But it also, we've seen this already.
I hated his fucking 9-year-old one, and I'm like,
we see a lot of Hedwig.
I get it. It's a funny character in small doses. This was not small doses. Holy shit! Why would you keep going back to that? Because there are 22 of them. You would think they would
Or 24, I think. But yeah.
Oh yeah, 24.
And we do see more of them this time, though. Last time we saw like 5 of them. This time we do get to flash a bunch more than ones we didn't see last time.
And I did enjoy that. You know, it's like even Bruce Willis was really good in this.
He was actually here, and I'm glad he was caring.
Yeah, he was.
Bad he had a bad movie to care through.
This wasn't fucking Death Wish. This was he's actually like trying.
Yeah, it's good to see Bruce Willis giving a shit, and it's all. And Samuel L. Jackson, when he does get to talk, does a good. Besides a couple of the lines he just can't sell, but that's where it comes to. It comes to the script, and
really, because and for a movie that's called Glass, and they market it as he's going to be like the main antagonist of this.
He's not really in it to about an hour.
He's not in it until like an hour in, and he has no dialogue until like an hour and a half into it. I mean, the time that you actually get to see him be Mr. Glass is what, like 25 minutes?
If even that.
If
it's
that.
So quick.
It's like there and gone. And it's like, and that's my problem, is like, it's too, I mean, Avengers Infinity War had like 35 characters in it. But they knew how to space it out to a bit. And there's only so much you can do in a movie like this. This movie felt worse at that with like 10 characters.
Yeah, this is a smaller movie, but everything is so instead of Split, it's Slight. But I don't know. Slight's another movie from a couple years ago too. But still, Slight's actually a really good movie. Split's a really good movie. We watched it last night.
Is Slight the one that has the kid?
Magic, and he puts the thing in his arm, and yeah, I like that one a lot.
I honestly thought it was the one that where the kid looks all weird and he's going to school.
Wonder?
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder. Julia Roberts in that. I try to avoid her.
Yeah. Anyway,
yes. Because it's funny, like, as soon as the credits rolled up, we started talking about Vice.
Yeah.
So it shows how much we cared about this movie. It's like as soon as the light turned on, we started talking about another movie.
Yeah.
Because I watched Vice today.
So Bob, you saw Vice. What'd you think of it?
Which that will be my short takes tomorrow. Wouldn't you know? So check that out. I did like Vice.
I made it. It was. I was drunk when we did that podcast. It was on my list, though.
Yes, I think it was.
But Split.
No, Split.
Split.
Glass.
Glass.
Shattered glass. Glass is broken. This glass is broken. That should be a title. I'm sure that's going to be in everyone's review, though. Shattered glass. Glass is broken.
Yeah.
Because we all have the same, 5 taglines.
And the fact that... how spoiler are we going
that's
at this
just,
point?
all right, that's just, so... But if you don't want any spoilers to what happens particularly in the movie, we're gonna, I guess this is a good time to cut off. And like I said, Glass, go if you're interested in all, maybe see it, maybe it'll work better for you guys. Unbreakable's great, Split's great. This is a bad follow up to both those. I'll note on this is that it's M. Night following through his same trajectory as before. Sixth Sense was a wonderful script, well written, well directed. Unbreakable even better. Signs pretty good with some issues, and then he kind of just fell off. He got too much up his own ass. Was really into his own writing. Aren't I clever? Not just it's a twist thing. This is more of how everything moves. And so he made a couple bad movies. He kind of vanished for a while. Kind of came back. Did the Visit, which is a solid step back forward, and then Split, which is fucking fantastic. And now he's back up his own ass. He took the long lessons from everything happened before, and now he thinks he's this clever son of a bitch again. And it shows. He's just completely winking in that way, and just all about aren't I great at this? Yeah. Oh, look at this. And go ahead.
He basically, I mean, when he has Mr. Glass kill somebody with glass, I'm like, all right, okay. He's like, look how clever I am. There's no, because he does there's 2 or 3 twists.
Yes, so many.
That
goes
into an absurd.
That kind of goes into spoiler territory. So,
yeah.
Why don't we jump into spoilers? Spoilers.
I would. This probably jumping into a lot.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into spoilers now.
Yeah.
Where to start?
But well,
because
start with
to
this
fully
shit.
document why this didn't work, we really need to talk about what particularly happened. So this is one of those movies in which the twist invalidates everything we see before, and there's 3 twists.
Yeah.
It not invalidates, it does validate what happened before, except in such a stupid way. So Sarah Paulson brings these all guys together to try and convince them they're not superhumans.
Yeah.
And she's bad at this. Everyone in this facility is awful at their jobs. Their security is awful. Their setup is awful. The way they treat everything is awful.
Yeah,
everyone's inane. Like at the end, they're all fighting in the yard and showing that they have powers and being recorded doing so. And the SWAT team comes in and they're bad at their job. But guess what? It turns out they're supposed to be. They're part of some secret elite organization to keep down superheroes.
Yeah, there's what the fuck?
Which is a cool idea.
Oh yeah,
it's a good idea. But when I spend the entire movie saying, "Oh my god, you guys are the stupidest fucking people," what is with this lame brain idea? What is the lame brain plotting? Oh, okay, I see this stupid plotting. You should be able to watch the movie and the twist is able to see what's happening a second time around, not. Oh, that makes sense for now why everything happened so badly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically the twist. Sarah Paulson's the villain. Or the main villain.
But they're not villains. They kill good guys and bad guys to keep the world safe.
Oh yeah. So they're like the true neutral of the entire
of this
and this
little Shamrock thing. So like Shamrock meets Thorn. So taking for Halloween 3 and 5. Everything rates back to Halloween for us.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. It's like, you know what? This explains the end of Halloween 3.
Yes. And Halloween 5. Finally.
Fucking...
They're the Thorn cult. Michael Myers is a superhero and they needed to keep him down.
Dude, it makes sense now. Fuck.
So is Tom Atkins. So Michael Myers is the supervillain. Tom Atkins is the superhero. So next time we're going to see them fight.
Oh my god, yes.
The Stash versus the Mask.
I'd watch that.
The Shape, I mean.
The
Stash versus the Shape. Hashtag.
Do it before Tom Atkins dies, please. Yeah, I think the idea of a shadowy organization that fucking kills superheroes, both good and bad to keep them down, is a really good, it can be a really good, like, Marvel, what if, like, where Shield...
Yeah, that could be a good,
we're like...
one-off or...
Where, like, Nick Fury decides, you know what, we're just going to start killing everybody, and kills the heroes and the villains to keep them... It's an interesting...
There's too much destruction. We need to stop this.
Yeah.
I get the idea. This is not the way to go. Excuse me. It's not the way to go about that. And because ultimately it's ultimately a distraction when you're watching it. You shouldn't be distracted by awful plot setups.
Yeah.
You should be focused on what's happening here.
Yeah, it's like,
and even if that doesn't make sense or why she let things happen the way she did. If they want to kill them, there's easier ways to kill them. Don't make them fight each other and then murder them in public.
Yeah. Well, I think she tried to explain at the end, we're not executioners. I think she was genuinely trying to convince them that they weren't.
So then they'd leave.
So that they would leave, or that they would just... Yeah. But...
go back to their lives. Did you think she visited the Kid from the Sixth Sense? No, I'm kidding.
She visited Mark Wahlberg from The Happening.
Your acting must be a super villain. What?
No. Yeah, and that's the entire... you could be watching the movie and you know that, it's like, okay, that makes sense. But if you don't, it's like, these people are fucking retarded.
Without using the R word.
Without using the R word.
That's just, I cannot go there. But okay, besides that stupidity, this plotting wise, it just takes forever to really get moving. Like, we have like 20 minutes of setting up, of finishing up Split. So we pick up about 3 months after Split, or...
Yeah, he's still killing
2 years.
Women.
They say it's 2019, but they also say it's 2017. Or Split takes place in 2019. But anyway, so it catches up about 3 months later. David Dunn, it's Bruce Willis' character from Unbreakable, now goes and does what he does in Unbreakable, of stopping crimes and helping out people. And he comes and he finds Kevin and the Beast and everyone, and they have a fight, and they get caught by the police, who apparently knew where they were. I guess he was trying to get them all in the same place, so she can let the cheerleaders die, right?
Yeah. Because that one girl, I'm sorry, she gets a table thrown at her full force. A metal table.
No, she broke her ribs.
Bullshit. She is dead. And it's like, and that fight's not really even that interesting. It's just kind of Bruce.
This happens at the end too. The fights is them pushing each other.
They just like push each other.
That's not what it's about. It's about drama. But then again, people are expecting this.
Yeah, people, because they marketed it like, oh, this is finally going to be a big thing, and it's like, and I'm fine with it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, let's...
Speaking of jumping, just thinking of like marketing wrong or setting up the wrong thing and fight to the end. I'm just gonna jump to the end real fast to bring up. So they keep and I understand why they did this. They keep setting up, we're going to have this big fight at this tower that's opening up, because you hear it in the news. So, and the basic setup of any film is, all right, we're hearing this, and they keep talking about it.
Like when they kept bringing up Stark Tower in the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know it's going to end there.
That's what it's supposed to set up, and then they're having a fight in a parking lot of them punching each other and Glass sitting there and watching. While the girl survived the last movie, just sits there next to him. Here, stay with the villain, little girl. She's not little girl, she's 19, but whatever. And then, of course, she's useless in this plot, too. But, anyway, I digress. So they set this all up, and so we have this climax, and as a film goer, you're thinking this is a pre-climax. This is where things are going to go, and then we'll move over to that other location. But we don't. We stay in the location because we stay in the hospital once we get to the hospital.
Yep.
And we never leave it again until the very end when the sidekick group does their little viral video. So what you're thinking is you think it's going to ramp up, and when it stops, it leaves you unfulfilled as a film goer. Not going to the slam bam climax in a giant tower, maybe show beams in space in there, I guess, if you want, or the Enchantress. Well, we didn't go there, but also you're setting something up that you're not paying off, and you're purposely not paying it off.
Yeah,
to try and sell a different type of movie, to try and say what he's trying to say here, in his breakdown of comic books. Which he seems to really, based upon his lines in here, he seems to not like comics for a movie about comics.
Yeah, I know. He's a really negative view of them. And
it's like when I was watching that Jennifer Lopez movie where she knocks herself up and then meets the guy. I don't know, I watched it for how this was made. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that movie about motherhood is like so anti-motherhood. And it's the same thing I kind of felt here. Where he also doesn't have a good understanding of comics and comic lore and how comics fly. Like, it's like he had the idea of Watchmen and kind of did his own thing with it, but also didn't quite understand comics the way that Alan Moore does.
Yeah.
And I interrupt you. I'm so sorry to go with
that. No, that's all good. I mean, at least Bruce Willis's penis wasn't out like Dr. Manhattan's.
Bruce Willis is a giant blue penis.
Make it happen, Hollywood.
That's not. I think I'm okay. Well, there's also Color of Night if you want to see Bruce Willis. You watch Color of Night. You don't want to watch Color of Night. It's a goddamn awful movie. But yeah, that's there.
Yeah, no, it just ends.
Yeah.
You know, it's like like you said, they feel like they're wrapping, like the pre-climax up, and then it just.
And then the actual climax seems to be releasing a viral video?
Yes. Here is the Mr. Glass's beautiful plan. He fakes getting a lobotomy. He breaks everyone out.
Basically, because this place is goddamn awful security. Even if part of it is controlled by the Shamrock Shake people, Silver Shamrock, whatever, Shamrock Thorn, to bring it back to Halloween. Even if parts of it are being run by them, their security team is goddamn awful.
Oh, fuck. They suck. Because it's like, they should have been able to
realize he's leaving the room.
Because he leaves the room. And because you think, oh, he's catatonic. Everybody knows he's not. He's been doing something. He's been hiding his meds. So he's really had his mental faculties. Because they're supposed to keep him sedated so he doesn't blow anything else up. So he breaks everybody out. There's a big fight on the lawn. And this whole time, you're wondering, okay, well, what was his ultimate plan to show everyone that heroes exist? And then they're like, oh no, we deleted the videos, LOL, we killed everyone. And that's what happens. I mean, James McAvoy dies, Samuel L. Jackson dies, Bruce Willis dies. And then, as he's dying, he's going, this was an origin story. It's like, no, motherfucker, that was the last
third
three
fucking
movies.
We had 3 origin stories in a row. Let's stop. This is the third one, sorry.
And then they supposedly delete all the video of the fight that they let happen because they were so fucking idiotic that they can't, control the 3 dudes that they're supposed to keep locked up. And then you think, oh no, well, now nobody's going to know about superheroes. Evil Silver Shamrock Shakes won. And then, oh no, turns out they sent it to, Mr. Glass sent it to 3 people. He sent it to his mom.
What's this thing? Oh, I'm going to click on this. Oh, free pills.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what
much.
I thought. I was like, oop, I accidentally deleted it. Sorry, Elijah. That's the first thing I thought there.
And then sends it to fucking Bruce Willis's kid, which how did he even get that email?
He's a genius, even though he hasn't touched a computer in 18 years.
Yeah.
Unless he's sneaking out every single night, which, I don't know.
And then Anna Taylor, what's her face?
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Who I love and everything else.
Oh,
but she's
yeah.
this blank-faced and not here.
She was just...
Her and her 25 other foster kids.
Yeah, that was such a weird scene.
She looks at some comics for a second, sees a guy who looks like Kevin, and it's like Kevin Quinlan Voss.
There are like 10 fucking kids in the background. It's like, there's a foster home, and then there's like, that's genuinely worrying. How big is that house?
Yeah, exactly.
And
yes.
then somehow he gets her email address, and she gets these videos, and then they leak it, and it's supposed to be inspiring the entire world.
Superheroes exist.
But
also special effects exist.
there it is. I'm like, that's because Sarah Paulson's like screaming in the end, like, oh no, I failed my evil scheme. It's like, no, I mean, most people will probably just be like, oh, that's cool special effects.
Yeah. Look, a guy whose face we can't see is bending an iron bar on a security camera. It's like all the time that on a Ghost, Kim and I and our friends like look at like ghost footage, like, oh, that's the step right there. Though this thing was edited here. That's what people are gonna do for this. Like, obviously they made it in a computer for the damn movie, but so no one's gonna believe this. And all of a sudden, everyone in this train station is like, oh, superhero. And then it goes on the news at the end, and it's like,
yeah, it's breaking news too.
That there's real superheroes, because superhero movies don't exist in this world. Obviously, comics do, but
yeah, comics, and for some reason,
Adam West exists in the world. Not anymore though, because he passed away in that. But Batman the TV show exists.
Why was Sarah Paulson even in that comic book store in the end?
So we can set up the end.
Yeah.
Twist.
Because she knows superheroes exist. She knows superhumans exist. Why is she browsing the comics before she heads off to do more superhero genocide?
So someone can go, hey, there's always a second twist to these stories. Like, almost like, I don't think it's exact words, but close. The mastermind always has a secret plan. What? Like, he had like 3 secret plans already that kept getting revealed.
Yeah.
So I don't think he has that many plans from a catatonic wheelchair in a computer.
What if they hadn't been talking about the mastermind? What if they've been talking about the size of the Hulk's penis or something? So what do you think? Do you think it grows with him or without him? And then she's just thinking, and then she goes and it's like...
Your friend has a lot of questions about about superhero genitalia. Is Brody okay? Sorry, go to Mallrats. It's a better comic book movie.
Grinch Jake is all I will say. But yeah, no, it's like... I'm like... Because literally, I'm like, if you go to like a comic book store, they're never talking like that. It's always about weird shit.
And plus, someone's supposed to kick her around. She's a woman. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
It's the same comic book store from Unbreakable, which is supposed to be. It's obviously a different building.
I've seen how some weird people are, how weird people are about women in comic book stores. It's like,
there's a professional-looking woman here. Why is Sarah Paulson looking at comics in here?
My mom actually bought me a Thanos statue 6 years ago from a comic store, and she works at a bank. She went in, and everybody just looked at her like... And I'm like, this was 6 fucking years ago. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people? But anyway...
Wait, yeah, she's just, like, then that's right after, Anna Taylor-Joy and, like, they, and the kid all go to the same comic book store, to have their revelation.
Yeah, they're all at the comic book store.
And have a revelation. And they all randomly show up at the
same time.
And for a second, I thought, like, wait, did Elijah send them a message and I'll tell them to come in? But then I was trying to figure out the timeline to see, was that before or after? Because it take about 3 hours to escape this hospital. Because he kills, like, the dude, like, at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he kills...
And then kind of takes his time, talks to them, they kind of, like, roll their way out. How big is this fucking building? It's like, no, we have to wait. Alright, they're watching now. Okay, 3-4 steps. Then Kevin gets turned in the beast again, because we get to see that about 20 times. Alright, everyone, stop! James McAvoy, take off your shirt.
The beast's voice continues to not be intimidating.
The 12 times it happens in the movie, like, he keeps turning back into like a bird. It's like, imagine like if like going down a hallway, Bruce Banner has to turn into the Hulk and then back into Bruce, then into the Hulk, then back into Bruce. And how many times do we see that in one movie before it gets annoying?
Yeah, it gets.
And that's what happens here. It's the same plot, it's the same idea over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, he turns into the Beast like 5 times.
Like in the scene.
Yeah, I mean like 5 times at the end of the movie. Like it goes from Beast to Patricia to, and it's like fucking really. It's like
Yes, he's just overshowing his hand. People liked it in Split, so he's doing it again. He's doing it more,
he's beating it into the ground. And it's.
And we've beat this movie pretty much into the ground. We've kind of gone all over the place, but the kind of movie kind of is kind of hard to
see. That's the kind of thing where we're just following what we saw.
Which it's a goddamn mess, and I really wanted something better out of this. And maybe, like ultimately, I said Replicas is a worse made movie, but I had more entertainment coming out of it. Because Glass has great acting from everyone who's actually trying, besides Ann Taylor-Joy. And something's happening over there. Bruce Willis giving a shit, James McAvoy giving his all, but they all have a bad script and bad direction behind it.
All I can say is a really weird Professor X movie.
So yeah, the Glass, you're probably going to see it either way.
I mean, in all
everyone knows
honesty,
weekend, but
unless you're like you have A-list and you haven't seen it, I mean, do it. But I wouldn't go and pay $15 to see this, $30 for 2 tickets.
No, not at all.
No.
Like we saw in IMAX, nothing about.
Why was that even in IMAX?
Because nothing else is in IMAX.
Yeah,
because Aquaman's had IMAX forever, and they're like, we'll just take our bit. And there were 40X in places that have 40X. It's like, I don't know why that would be in 40X.
Thank God the Prodigy's coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, because Prodigy's IMAX immediately.
That needs it. I mean, especially with the jump scare. And we need that kid, and we're gonna sit Kim in the back of the theater. Mommy, will you love me no matter what? And then Kim will make
not
him
if
cry.
you're Glass. But yeah, Glass is not a good movie. Sorry,
No.
guys. I was planning on kind of going plot point, but we kind of jumped around, so we'll just leave it at that.
It sucked.
It's the only major release this weekend, so probably won't have a more video besides anything else that we might be working on.
Yeah, I mean,
next week is The Kid Who Would Be King and Serenity, so both those will probably be farts in the wind too. But I'll see you both, and maybe we'll do videos, right? Glass, final thoughts?
Just a dropped ball. It was just disappointing, especially since this is the first like big release of the year. Mm-hmm. And I mean, right now it's on my worst list. It's number 1, but I've only seen one movie.
Yeah, but this in Escape Room.
Wait a minute, this and Escape Room?
Well, we've seen them both. List? Well, yeah.
I would never put Escape Room on my worst
What I
list.
mean is, like, you've seen 2 movies.
Yeah, I've seen 2 movies. So
you get the best and the worst.
Best of 2019, Escape Room, by far. Although the Roe versus Wade abortion movie's coming out, that's going to be both my best and worst of 2019.
Don't remind me. Anyway, so Glass is broken. So do what every critic's page is going to be. It's like broken glass, shattered glass. I've said that earlier. It's going to be puns about glass, and they set themselves up for that. So M. Night Shyamalan is back to his old what a twist Twix.
Yeah. One thing I did like about the movie, my only real thing I really liked is how brutal they made his the bones breaking in Samuel L. Jackson.
He just falls on his face.
Falls on his face, and you just hear crunch.
But right before that, everyone's kind of laughing. Like halfway through the movie, everyone just started laughing at so many shots and so many scenes.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be intimidating, and it's just Samuel L. Jackson sitting there.
Yeah, like how many cut to music, and people like just started laughing because it's the weird.
Yeah,
it stays there.
It lingers on him, and I'm like, fucking.
Yeah. Ultimately, I'm gonna give this maybe C-, maybe D+. I'm thinking about it for good.
I am going to give it a D.
Yeah.
The performances save it from an F.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking C-, because like the performance is as good as Bruce Willis give a crap. But we'll see you next time, and go to citygeek.com if you're finding us through any other way. citygeek.com, on Facebook, like, comment, share, subscribe to our YouTube.
Yep.
We're putting up more videos. Next time we'll do a little more lights to get things worked out.
Oh yeah, I probably could have turned this out.
No, that one doesn't work. We'll see you next time.
Your
Thank you for watching.
Car, Bob.
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding.